So this is going to be the last demo for today, and I want to show you, we're going to start to go into effects. And so this whole collection here of different interesting things. And today we're going to go through the 3D effects. And coming up next time, I'm going to be talking about a couple more of these different types of effects. And so if I grab something like a star tool or a star shape, I can fill it with any sort of color. I am going to make this be a color and up the stroke on the stroke be a color, and then I fill the different color to best utilize this demo here. So, okay, with this is going to make your shapes automatically turn into 3D shapes, 3D forms. And so whenever you open up this panel, you always want to click preview so you can see what's happening. Now here's something that's neat, is that you can shift this around to...
Cookie cutter.
Where'd you see that?
No,
It looks like a cookie cutter, yeah. And so that you can get the angle that you want it to be. Now there's this, we just got done learning the perspective tool, and so here you can also put these shapes into perspective. And then again, go back and swap, move those around. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to bring this back down to 0 for this. Now, there's other options on here that I want you to play around with. So this has a cap, meaning that it's going to be able, or that is going to be filled. Without a cap, it's see-through or hollow, like so. Kind of cool. It takes on both those colors to designate shading and highlights, sort of. Right now, when I have a bevel, it just means that that edge is straight. We can have it have like a like a pattern to it, or like an edge to it. I'm not sure the difference between these two. I'd have to play around with that a little bit. And then I can adjust the shading. So I have different types of shades. Some won't really affect it at all. I personally love playing around with wireframe. That's something that I enjoy doing. Okay, so that's jaggedy, like rounded is going to take on that same sort of like contour lines, complex. If I put my plastic shading back on there, you might be able to see that. Now when you do this as well, you can have a height to it that's going to get funky if you start asking it to do things that it's like, I don't understand, this is too much, this is too complex for complex one. So there are some cool options. So try this out now with different types of shapes. So if I do this with a circle, obviously the effect I'm going to get is going to be different. I always click that preview on, otherwise you don't know what you're doing. So let me show you why I like wireframe. Because I love to do like copy and paste. So now when I place these next to each other and those lines start to interact as they overlap, now I'll maybe copy and paste both of those. And so I can start to create a cool pattern based on the wireframe that was made by that. So the other ones I'm not going to spend as much time on in terms of the demo. This one, where are you? The revolve is going to automatically make it into like a round shape. So for the circle, it's going to make it into like a donut sort of shape.
How would it make it into a donut?
Apple.
So,
That's not
just
an
like
answer.
makes like a 3D shape and then just rotates it around, I guess.
yeah, I'm not sure why. When I did this before, I didn't have a stroke on there, and it seemed to work a lot better. And so, okay, so now for instance, before I had a rectangle out here, and then I did revolve. and it turned it into this. Now here's where I thought was interesting, is that I was able to take away kind of some of those sections by adjusting this angle of that revolve. So I guess what I'm thinking is that it takes that shape and you know, like how those paper lanterns can like collapse and then open up almost.
Pac-Man,
That's-
just say Pac-Man.
Yeah, almost like a Pac-Man. But I guess what I'm thinking of is those decorated paper lanterns that can fold out, and then you can, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Anyways, so that's what that could be used for. It is. There's a 3D Pac-Man. And then the last one is rotate. And this doesn't really do a whole lot compared to that first one. It will allow you to put the shape in perspective, but all of those options are available for you in the extrude and bevel. It's just, it's saying, I don't want to do that again. Another effect on the same shape. So those are the 3 3D effects that are available to you. So play around with those.